queenless hive at another apiary.
Alright.
So we are going to go into this box, see if we can find some brood. Let's have a good bee covering.
Yeah. This hive is jam-packed. Alright. So these bees are getting a frame of sealed brood and unsealed brood, frame of pollen and honey, so they can make a queen cell, or make many queen cells, so they can have a new queen.
Just 2 weeks ago we reached this hive.
Really?
Took off 2 honey supers off it.
So how much honey did you get from this hive?
I think we got a bucket and a half from this hive.
That's a lot. So you hear that, guys?
The honey flow slow down in this area, so we move the boxes
Yeah.
to another area that have better honey flow at this time.
Yeah.
It's moving way ahead of the workers.
Yes, guys, so this is a really strong hive. We got a bucket and a half of honey from this hive this year. That's really impressive.
This hive was set up this year. This April was set up this year.
Really?
Yeah, this April was set up this year. We only set up this April this year. This April was set up in January. It's a good frame to start or to help a new colony, because it has honey, it has pollen. So as we go up, we use makeshift covers, sometimes makeshift bottom boards, sometimes even makeshift boxes, just to ensure that the process of increasing the hive or your colony number continues, is maintained. So we do a lot of makeshift invention from time to time, just to ensure that our program stays on track. So we are going to move, the colony size is like about 100 and odd boxes now. So by August we should increase colony size. All the apiaries, we should increase their size to at least 300 colonies right across the different apiaries. So at least 300. We are aiming for 500. But if we achieve 300, we should be good, and that is going to be dependent on our ability to graft, how often we can do the grafting to ensure that we go up the ladder. I think that is what is going to be our challenge, grafting time. So as long as we have the time to do the grafting, then we should be able to achieve the 500. We have been doing beekeeping for a number of years. I've been doing beekeeping for like about 40 odd years. So in and out, there are times when I was in it and there are times when I stopped. But I've been in it permanently for the better part of 3 years. So 3 years I came back into it. Right? So we are going to go up to 500 now. Or we are trying to go up to 500. We set a baseline of of at least 300. And as I said, that is dependent on the time, grafting time. Once we can get the time to graft, then we should be able to achieve the 500 mark. Good?
Yeah.
Alright. It's a really, really beautiful frame.
Yes, it is.
Honey, pollen, whole lot of brood. Honey, pollen, and the queen is on this one, littering it out. I don't know if you can see the eggs in it, but there are a lot of eggs in it. See them? Yeah. So the queen has backfilled it already. So this is a really, really good queen.
Yeah.
I think the workers are trying to catch up with her. So she's going to drop a queen, so we are going to give them a frame with brood, eggs, larvae. So this is a good frame. It has everything on it. Putting back 2 sheets of foundation.
Yeah.
So I'm putting back 2 sheets of foundation, chalkboard in it as well. And we don't need to find the queen. We know that she's there. Because frames we took out,
Yeah.
have a whole lot of eggs.
And you shook off the bees.
Yeah, we shook off the bees. So when you're shaking the frame, ensure that you don't bang the frame against the walls of the box. Just to ensure that you don't kill a whole lot of bees or you don't kill the queen. You just ensure that you hold the frame steady, balance it, and then you shake it.
Alright.
These are really, really gentle bees.
Yeah.
If you realize that we have not been using a lot of smoke,
Yes.
because the bees are of good temperament. So you don't need to be barbecuing them. There goes the queen.
Yeah.
A really, really lovely queen.
Yeah. This one is.
It's a super sized queen.
Yeah.
She's really, really big. And she's doing a really, really great job. Good. Can get a good shot of her.
Yeah.
So, it's a really, really huge queen. She's doing a super job as well.
So I noticed that the bees have a lot of honey above the brood. Why is that?
Well, that is like a textbook arch, where that is how the frame should be.
Yeah.
On the arch, pollen, some mixture of all the things should be on the frame, and they continue to maintain a good honey arch.
Yes.
If you look at all the frames that we have been seeing.
Yeah.
Just want to ensure that the queen is in a safe place. So we can't afford to kill our queens.
No, we can't.
Make sure that on a safe place on the frame.
Yeah.
So that we can't crush them. So pay attention to that, because our queens are valuable resources. So we just want to ensure that we see queen there. It's from a different stock.
Oh.
But she look different. She looks similar.
Yeah.
Let's go. Where did she go? Yeah, there she is. But she's doing a really, really good job. Really, really good.
Another question. I see that you marked all your queens. Why did you mark them?
Well, we mark the queens so that we can find them much easier in the box. Because as soon as the population increases, it becomes far more difficult to find the queens. When you mark them, once you mark the queens, you find them a lot easier. So we make sure that we mark the queens. Another thing too is that once you mark them, we have not started using the pen color marking to the specific year, but once you mark them, you have a better understanding of the year and you can find them better. So you know which queen comes from 2021 as against which queen comes from 2020. It allows you to have a better audit trail of your system.
Okay.
Again, look at the brood pattern.
Yeah.
Very good brood pattern.
Within another 3 weeks.
Yeah, strip the saper down because the honey flow is off. So we'll strip the saper down and start the breeding process. We are going to move this paper to like about 30-40. You know, it's a location. Still have a little honey stuck in this box that we need to take off.
Yeah.
Reap this box like about 2 times. Still have a little honey to take off. So, you know, this one is for ventilation.
Oh.
Hot air rises, so we keep a box, an empty box on top.
Yeah.
It filters the air. And when we put on the cover, we put a piece of stick on top here to sort of filter the air.
Oh, so
the last time why the stick is not here, I read from this box. I think I took some honey out of it Monday. Monday of last week. And so a lot of rubbing was going on, so I closed the box. But normally you'd have a piece of stick that allows the air to filter, and I probably should do that now. But I want to ensure that I get these frames to the other location before the load. It's still warm.
Yes.
So we are not too worried whether or not.
Alright guys, so as you can see,
this is the size of the stick. You put a piece of stick like this under it.
Yeah. Alright guys, so you put a piece of stick under your covers to filter the air. Keep the bees cool because we're going into summer now and it's really getting hot. So the bees need cool air to keep cool, because if they're packed and clustered in a hive and it's really hot, they are going to want to swarm to make more space so the other bees can keep cool while they find a new home, and you don't want your bees to swarm. So ventilation is good for them.
Yeah, marker. Is there?
What about the evidence of her? You see
No,
Lane?
but I see her since morning. You know.
Oh. So what do you want with her?
I just want to take her out.
Oh.
Make sure we take her out. My job sitting from this Maria. Can you get this, you know?
So guys, we're putting nukes into deeps.
them space on top.
Yes, man.
It will still substitute.
I visited an apiary owned by a doctor man up at Cherry Garden, and it's pure shallow.
Yeah,
So,
man, shallow I take over the world now,
yeah,
man.
shallow. I'm brood chamber, go all the way. 5, 6, 7, 8 shallow, whatever I need for use.
Yeah, man. I say shallow. I want it for people that go shallow now because I mean, one,
Yeah.
the light and easier. Brood, both sides. See it?
Oh, yeah. So look at that brood.
So they do a foundation. Foundation, you know.
Alright guys, so check this out. It's loaded with honey and brood. Alright guys, so we are transferring the nukes into some deep hives. So we already transferred about 4 of them. We're going to transfer another one and give each of them 2 frames of brood. See how?
That looks so bad. Yeah, small company.
Alright, so this is the process of transferring a nucleus into a deep.
Foundation.
Alright, so he's gonna get 2 frames of brood put inside this hive right here that we just transferred from the nuke.
See it? Shake it. I want to make sure it's in a balance way. Balance with the wall.
Alright, so that frame has
Eggs and larvae.
eggs and larvae and seed brood. So these colonies, so that colony over there are strengthening these nucleuses. Alright, so this hive is getting 2 frames of brood.
Pijapo.
Alright, so Dr. Philbert Emil, what can you tell me about this apiary?
Alright, well, this apiary have a long history. I've been running this apiary from like about 2005. I started this apiary with one box of bees, and then I brought it up to 25 colonies. I left to work in Clarendon in 2010, and because of working out and studying, I was starting my MBA in 2010, and so I wouldn't be able to carry on everything, and so it died down to one box. And I thought the apiary was empty, and I came up here in 2016 after a number of years of not coming up here. I came up here in 2016 and realized that there was one box of bees up here. I then split it immediately, and there was some honey in it, and I reaped the honey and split the box, because I left it as a double box. All the boxes were double, and I came and saw bees in one in 2016, and I doubled it. 2015, and I doubled it. I completed my PhD in 2019 and decided that I was going to take up my beekeeping business. And the apiary is what it is now since 2019 December. It is what it is now. And last year I went to 105 at this location. It is down now to like about 53, and that is where it is going to stay as it relates to colony or apiary size. As what it is going to stay. We have 53 in this at this location now, and so we are still in reaping. We have a number of boxes that we still need to reap from. We are going to, this is like our main apiary. We are going to be breeding from this apiary and extend ourselves to different parishes and different locations within the parish. In just a few, probably another 2 hours, we'll be doing some grafting to see if we can graft like about 50 odd cells. And because we are ready to develop some other apiaries, so we are going to see if we can graft like about 50 odd cells for the other apiary. So as it relates to this apiary, it's a very good location as well. We can reap a fair amount of honey from this location. This year the season wasn't good at all. We had a lot of rain early in the season, and we didn't see any blossom until like about May. No blossom stayed on the tree until like about May. So right now we are still in the reaping. It seems as if spring extended itself into summer. So we are still doing some amount of reaping to see how much buckets. So far we have gotten just about 10 buckets or so, 10-12 buckets. And we have some more honey in the boxes. We are going to be reaping them, not this week coming, but the other week, because other professional demand. I will not be able to take it off this week, but most definitely will take it off the other week based on my schedule. So that is where we are. We are doing some more breeding for this apiary. So we're developing some boxes in this apiary, and then we take them to other locations. I have several apiaries across the parish, so I will just breed them here, develop them here, and then I move them to other locations. Right?
Alright.
So that's it.
Alright. So all these buckets you see here for sugar syrup. Alright guys, so we're about to do some grafting, and we had to cancel because bees are doing a lot of robbing. So we're gonna have to do it another time.